In this video, I will be explaining about training an AI model using dataset and then explain about how to use the trained model. I'm planning to keep it very simple. I don't want to give more details here because I want the beginner to learn about the overview about training an AI model. I don't want to give any minor details here. Okay. So this website is tensorflow.org. TensorFlow is a famous machine learning framework provided by Google. We can use TensorFlow for developing various AI applications. As a beginner, you can find a lot of tutorials to learn AI. Okay. In the homepage itself, they provided a very simple Python code for training the AI model. Okay. We can run it by clicking this link. If we click this link, it will open this code as a notebook on Google Colab. Okay, so there we can just run the code. Okay, if you are not familiar with Colab, I will be just giving some basic details about it now. Okay, so we have to visit colab.google.com on a web browser, and we can open new notebook. It is a notebook.ipynb file. Colab is having options to add code cells as well as text cells. Okay, we can have various cells. In the code cell, we can include Python code. I'm just adding a very simple code. Okay, and then we can execute it. Okay, now we got the result, right? Actually, that RAM and GPU are provided by Google, so we need not worry about the infrastructure. We can just focus on writing coding. Okay, and similarly we can add the text also for explaining the code or giving any instructions. Okay, and we can add another code cell, and we can add another piece of coding. Okay, so we can run each section separately. It will be very useful for debugging purpose and for understanding the coding. Okay, as a beginner, it is very simple and easy way of, and even I can say effective way of learning. Okay, but after that you can start using any kind of your favorite IDE like VS Code something. Okay, now I will open this link. Okay, it opens that notebook on Google Colab. Okay, here the flow is like it is for loading a pre-built data set and then building a neural network machine learning model that classifies images, and then train this neural network, then evaluating the accuracy of the model. That is the purpose of this example. Okay, so for setup TensorFlow, they are importing the TensorFlow. Okay, and for loading the data set, they are using MNIST data set. Okay, MNIST is handwritten numbers data set. If we check the Wikipedia, you can see some samples. It's a handwritten numbers 0 to 9. Okay, even Google also providing details about it. Okay, and actually it is having 60,000 training examples and 10,000 test examples. Okay, for training any kind of AI model, it is required to provide both training dataset as well as test dataset. Okay, so we have to load the dataset. Okay, and then build a machine learning model. Okay, for that we can use Keras. Keras API is a very easy way of doing the things. As of now, it is becoming part of TensorFlow. Okay, so it is easy for using TensorFlow using Keras API. So all these steps are for setting up the model. Okay, and then we can train the model using this fit. Okay, and then evaluate the model. Okay, this is the basic of training the model. Okay, but they provide a lot of other information also, right? So as a beginner, it will be confusing to go through all the details. So what I am doing is I just created a simple notebook just by copying the very basic coding. Okay, we can just execute this one so that we can just focus on the overview. Okay, in the first cell we are importing the record libraries, Keras from TensorFlow and Matplotlib for showing the image. Okay, and if we click this, it will be loading the libraries. Okay, then loading dataset, that MNIST dataset, right? So we have to load it using Keras. Okay, once after loading the dataset, we have to normalized data. Normally the color data pixels will be like up to 55 scale, right? But for neural networks, it is easy for them if the scaling is 0 to 1 like that. Okay, so we have to scale it. So for that, first we are scaling it. Okay, we are loading the MNIST data set, and then we are scaling the data. Okay, this is just for learning purpose and just to showing sample image. Okay, if we run it, it will show the sample image. Okay, so it's showing one sample image. That means we understand that it got loaded. Okay, it is for defining the model. For any kind of neural network, there will be one input layer and one output layer, in between many hidden layers. Okay, so while defining the model, we are setting those parameters. Hidden layer with 125 neurons like that. Okay, and then we have to combine that to specify the optimizer. Okay, and specify about the loss, and then we can train the model using this fit function. Okay, so while training the model, it's training for 5 epochs in the sense it's kind of iteration. Okay, so it will be training for 5 times. So the purpose is it has to improve the accuracy each time. Okay, so first time the accuracy is 0.87, loss is 0.43, loss in the sense error. Okay, in the next iteration the accuracy got improved up to 0.96. Okay, and the error got reduced, loss got reduced too, right? So finally accuracy reached up to 0.98. Okay, loss reduced up to 0.04. Okay, so this is the basic of training the model with a specific number of epochs. Okay, so now the training got completed. Okay, now we can test it. Okay, because that MNIST data set is having test data also. It tested with one data. So for that the accuracy is 0.97, loss is 0.09. Okay, so it's okay, right? So now the final step is we have to use it. So for this input image, it predicted as 7 correctly, right? So it's a very simple thing, right? So as a beginner, you can easily understand the overall view. Just we are loading the data set. Okay, and then we are setting up the preliminary things. I mean defining the model. Okay, then we are training the model using the loaded data set with a specific number of epochs. Okay, and then we are testing the accuracy. Okay, and finally we are doing the prediction. Okay, so for prediction they are using in this example we are using the data taken from the same data set. Suppose if you want to predict with your own image, we have to do some pre-processing, then only it will be predicting properly. Okay, so as of now it is able to predict in the sense here identifying the, I mean reading the number from the image. Okay, so it's doing properly. Here it's saying 7 and the image is looking like 7, right? So that's it. It's a very simple thing, right? So similarly we can take any model and we can just train with our data set and then we can use it, right?